Honestly, the Epstein list should be the worst thing.
Yeah, for sure.
The worst thing.
For sure.
And we're not even looking at it. We haven't put it in that category anymore.
Here's the thing. Okay. I wasn't divided on Trump and MAGA. I had my hesitations and stuff like that. It wasn't until they refused to release the Epstein list that I was like, oh, okay, it's over. Like you're compromised. It's over. You could support Israel. That's fine.
Yeah.
Everybody's done it before you, and you're just playing the part. I get it. Totally fine. Lie about everything else. Like, I don't care. That's fine. That's what you do. I get it. But the chain of events was during his campaign, I'm going to release the Epstein list. Okay. I'm going to release the files. America has the right to know. I don't know I think it might have been him, man, that actually said that there is a satanic cabal of pedophiles running this country. I think it was him or Alex Jones. I don't remember which. But I'm pretty sure Trump said something about pedophiles running this country. Okay. And
yeah, I do think
I kind of remember something like that, man.
Yeah.
So he runs on this, all right, and draining the swamp and blah, blah, blah. We know what's going on in Washington and and with these people that run these countries and these companies and these elites. We know what's going on. We know that they're all into pedophilia. We know that.
Yeah.
We know that they are probably, some of them even offing children.
Yeah.
We know that they're all Satanists. We know this. Like, the cat's out of the bag. Right. Just because we don't have like an official statement about these events that I just described or these actions, right, doesn't mean anything. We all know this. We know they're controlled by the devil himself, right? So when somebody says, you're right, and I'm going to freaking win and expose it all. And then, right, like as a Christian, I want that. I want that. I want truth revealed, and I want Satan exposed. Okay? I don't care what happens to America.
Yeah,
I don't care.
The biggest deal.
I don't freaking care what happens to America. It could crumble. All the companies could crumble. All the stock market could crumble. I do not care what happens. We need to expose Satan and propagate truth. Like, that's what we're called to do, not defend some evil institution. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let the chips lie where they may. Okay. But then he doesn't only ignore that promise. He then goes out of his way to say that if you care about the Epstein list, you're stupid. He doesn't need your support, and you might as well be a Democrat because it's a Democrat hoax.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Bro, I was shocked when I heard
Excuse me?
Shocked.
Dude, to turn 180 like that, to go from there's pedophiles running the country and I'm going to expose them all to you're a stupid idiot for even caring about this and I don't want your support.
Yeah.
If you care about this. How is that possible? That's like saying I love the color white and then turning over and being like, I hate the color white. You know, it's like it's literally the exact opposite.
Right. And it's happening right in front of us. Like,
and we're just supposed, you think as a politician and as Congress people and whoever he's surrounded, you think people are just going to be like, okay, Trump said it. So it's.
Well, I think most do. You see, that's the problem, Ben. I think most do.
I don't know, Dennis. I don't know if it's most. I don't know if it's most.
And I think another problem is that the pride that people have, especially MAGA supporters, who are like pro-Trump for so many years, right? And then all of a sudden he does something wrong, but they're like, I'm going to kind of just like play it off like he didn't really do anything wrong. I just trust him, and maybe it is.
It's almost like it's almost like the chosen people. It's almost like the chosen people argument.
Yeah.
They're chosen, so they can do whatever they want.
They can do whatever they want.
He's chosen, so he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's the majority, Dennis. I don't. Because how many people do you know? This I think is, aside from the America First stuff, this is the other piece to this puzzle right now happening at the exact same time that I think is dividing MAGA in half. People that care about the Epstein list and people that don't care about the Epstein.
Yeah.
And it's not even lit. It's the fact that he's not releasing it and that he's backstabbing everybody that voted for him who wants it released. You know, he's warring against its release.
Who on the right is actually still talking about the Epstein list though?
Marjorie Taylor Greene, Ryan Massey. There's still plenty of people that are talking about it.
Tucker's still talking about it?
Tucker's talking about it.
Okay.
I mean, Fuentes is going off on it. Candace, like
Good.
the people who are also, interestingly enough, not super pro-Israel, are also the ones who are still waging this battle to get the freaking Epstein files.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and here's the reason I think these things go hand in hand, Dennis, is because it's more than likely that Epstein was an Israeli asset. He was working for the Israeli government to compromise as many people as possible in our government and around the world, so that Israel could blackmail them. So that's why these two things are happening simultaneously.
Great story. Like
what?
Just that idea that he is an asset like that. Like it makes it's crazy, man. Like that he was actually a plan. I believe it. I that's what I think too.
100%.
But it's just so insane that we're like seeing this like unravel right before our eyes. It's I tell you, it's like we're watching Netflix. It's insane.
Dude, if you want to hear a really good podcast on Epstein and how he was more than likely an Israeli asset, on Spotify, look up Daryl Cooper, and it's going to be one of his recent series, like his full series on Jeffrey Epstein. Daryl Cooper on Jeffrey Epstein. Just look that up.
Cool.
Incredible. Probably some of the most disturbing stuff I've ever heard in my life. A lot of just horrible stuff against kids, not just from Epstein, but he paints a picture of how this is not abnormal. The stuff he's accused of is not abnormal to these people. This is the world they live in. These are the people they rub shoulders with, and they all freaking know it. Yeah. And he goes into case after case after case after case after case of these elites who all got in trouble, or at least accused of these activities, and they're all friends with one another. And with Trump and with all the freaking, this is what they do. This is what they do, man. When you have that much power and nothing is outside of your ability, right? And outside of your grasp, you could literally have anything. I think from a spiritual place, when you're in that position, one of the last things left that you crave is to destroy innocence. Okay. And that's a satanic desire.
Yeah, man.
And I think I literally think that they get to the point where they're just tired of everything else, and they're just like, well, I've never had that before, and then I've never killed that before.
That's dark, bro. That's
where I think they're at. And I do think it's satanic. Like, I genuinely believe a lot of these people are possessed.
Yeah, I mean, to get to a place of that is you get pleasure out of that, right? Because that's what it is. They're seeking pleasure. Everybody's seeking pleasure, right? And when you're in power, when you have money, you can get pleasure from anywhere and wherever, right? To lead you down that road, I mean, it's got to get so dark and so deep, like in that world. I think maybe that's why it's like God's like, okay, I'm just done. Like I can't take anymore. I want to get in the chat a little bit.
Okay.
Because people were saying, and this was interesting. Little Lights, by the way, thanks guys for chatting. You guys are blowing it up. Just Vicky, Lynette, Little Lights, and Little Lights says talking about Trump about the Epstein files, to turn 180 like that makes me think. Check this out. That they put something into the files that incriminate, but I don't think he's an angel either. So you see that view? Like, isn't that interesting?
Totally.
Like,
hey, that's what I thought at first when he said it's a hoax. Because this is what people are.
You thought of that?
Wow. Yeah, for sure. This is what people have been. They've been saying this since he claimed it was a hoax. Okay, they said, "Hey, listen, the files have been with the FBI, which we did not trust, still don't, for 4 years. Okay, nothing got exposed, nothing got released, nothing. They could have altered them, they could have inserted stuff, they could have fabricated, they could have I totally believe that. I totally get that argument. And the other argument as to why it could be a hoax at this point, right? Maybe it wasn't a hoax before and now it is a hoax, is because had there been anything like this about Trump in there before, Biden and all these dorks would have freaking ran with it when they had the chance to expose Trump, right? They totally would have exposed him. They would have used it as ammo.
I don't know, man. I think that there's just too many people compromised that they can't expose each other. I don't think the left or the right can expose.
No. You could expose just Trump. They control the media. They control the outlets.
So that's what Candace is saying, you know, in her I think Twitter post. She's like, they're dropping little pieces of Trump from the Epstein files so that they can control him.
Maybe, but just going back to the idea that they altered the documents. All right.
Okay.
All Trump had to do is come out and be like, hey, none of this is real. Here's the original and here's the altered version.
Yeah.
This is fake. They're doing this. It's a hit job on me to try to implicate me in this. Maybe he didn't have the original. Maybe the FBI destroyed it and all they have is the falsified copy. All he has to do is come out and be like, that's not true. They're doing this intentionally.
Right.
Trump is not the one that came out and said, hey, the FBI altered the documents. Trump hasn't said that. People are speculating that's what was implied. And here's the other thing. Okay, maybe sounds like a cool movie, like that could be happening.
Yeah.
Don't call me an idiot and don't call me stupid because I still care about the Epstein files.
Right.
All you have to do is be honest. All you have to do is tell us that it's a fabrication, that they fabricated the evidence. Okay? That's all you have to do. And everybody be like, haha, they're fake.
Right. Right.
We'd all be behind him.
It would work. Yeah. It would totally work.
Work.
Yeah.
We'd all be behind him. Okay? But coming out and saying that you're stupid if you care about the Epstein files, I don't need your support.
So what's that angle?
And you might as well be a Democrat.
So what's that angle?
Makes me believe. What you mean? Why is he doing that?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the question, bro. There's only maybe two options. One is that it's real, and he's been trying to hide it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I say it's real, he's actually involved.
Right. Yeah.
Or
that's what I thought right at first.
Or maybe he wasn't like actually involved in diddling or anything like that, but it makes him look bad, and he knows it'll be used politically. Okay.
Yeah.
Or it makes our greatest ally in the Middle East look bad. Because Dennis, if it comes out through the Epstein file emails or whatever, right, that he is definitively 100% an Israeli asset, and they are the ones that have been using him to traffic children to the elite of this world, hey, maybe that's why the world turns against Israel.
Ooh.
Yeah. How's about that one?
Ooh.
Maybe that's why. Because they are willing to go to that extreme.
What are you Dispies gonna do?
That's a really good question.
Right?
I don't, but we talked to Mondo about it. They don't have to support their actions to still believe God has a plan with them. I agree.
Sure.
That's the position I hold.
I hold that same position.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course. Yeah.
But even the dispensationalists would have to vocalize their disdain for what Israel is doing and has done.
Yeah.
Do you realize how freaking evil it would be to find out that the government of Israel has been like sending children to their deaths and to get violated repeatedly by these people. We're talking about hundreds and hundreds, probably thousands by this point, and thousands, because this has been happening for decades.
Sure.
And how do you know Epstein's the only one? He's the only dork that got caught. Probably thousands upon thousands of children. This is the extent that they're willing to go to have a little blackmail here and there. Bro, that's just pure, that's Satanism. That's satanic. That's the same as passing your children through the flames tomorrow, right?
Exactly. That's exactly
what this is. That's what this is.
Just like the days of Noah, right?
So is he involved, or is he protecting the people that were doing it? That's the question, right? That's the question. Those are, Dennis, those are the only two options.
Yeah.
Why would he react like that? Those are probably the only two options, you know? And I was open to the idea that they've been altered. I was totally open to that. Until I saw him double, triple, quadruple, 10 tipple down on how stupid you are and that they're fake, you know? That's what I was like.
Because he could have played the altered card.
Yep.
Do you think they like put these scenarios into like AI and be like, okay, if we were to play this card, how would this work out? If we played,
it's so
they
beyond
probably already
that.
have that stuff.
It's so beyond that. I'm already at the point where I think like AI already controls the world 100%.